Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to this new edition of GM Web3 MultiversX. I am very happy to be here live video for the first time. Hello, Kevin. How are
Hello,
you?
I'm pretty fine, thank you. Hello, everybody. Ready for this next episode of GM, and let's put that on the top of the crypto Twitter with a high energy. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll try. We are waiting for more speakers and of course more viewers, but I will start by the introduction. So hello everyone, and welcome to GM Web3 MultiversX, the Wednesday morning show devoted to MultiversX and Web3. You can watch the show live on Twitter, on X, like on Twitch, on LinkedIn, and you can also see the video on replay on YouTube, but also on podcast platforms. Exceptionally, today Arno isn't here. This morning he's taken well-deserved holidays, so we will miss him, but he'll be back next week. Yeah, today, so I am with Kevin. Kevin, CEO of a Sensei ecosystem. We can say that.
Yeah, we can say that. Yeah.
Okay, welcome here. It's my first time in English in video. I know you're used to this format for years now, since you started by making a lot of live stream on Twitch around MultiversX. You were like the first on MultiversX to do such thing, correct?
Let's say that about the community side, because the first in the French community was Escher, but I was on the first of the community take the lead about that and making a weekly about all the news of the MultiversX ecosystem, and let's say make people understand what the tech behind MultiversX. So that was my mission, and after a lot of people joined, for my biggest pleasure, and this is it.
Okay, sounds very good. Do you continue to do such videos on your Twitch channel, or you stop a little bit?
Stop a little bit because I have a lot of activity on the side, and I starting to do some, let's say, stream twice a month. That's enough, I think, and then deliver more products on to the community. That's my mantra. I prefer more than that.
Okay. Interesting. So, before we move to the program, I would like to thank the main sponsor of GM Web3 MultiversX. It's Hatom. Hatom, I think you know it. It's the MultiversX leading lending and borrowing and liquid staking platform. And as every Wednesday, they are offering $25 in their token, the HGM. And yeah, to be eligible, all you have to do is to quote tweet the link of the space. I see many of you already did it, but yeah, keep doing it. It's very important for us. So you can find the link of the space on the comment. I will put it on the chat so you don't miss it. And yeah, just quote tweet it with a nice word, of course, because bad comments will not be taken in consideration. We receive Philip. Hello, Philippe. How are you?
Mute.
You're mute, but actually, from my side,
Do you hear me now?
yeah, now,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, I was yeah. Whatever, guys. What are you doing today?
We're very good, thank you. You're so beautiful. You know what? You look like Robert.
Yeah, look like
Damn
it.
it. It's the
Exactly.
glasses.
You agree?
Maybe without the glasses, I would be.
It's weird. Oh my god! I think.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Just resume. I was not ready. I discovered that there is a camera stuff 15 minutes ago. I was like, okay, that's kind of
You
strange. The
look
last one
great.
was in video. But yeah, no, system is nice. The stuff for the stream is kind of nice. Now I have to work to put some filters and some funny stuff in the middle. That could be interesting.
Okay,
I'll put
so
that
you
back.
just yeah, I made a zoom on your face.
I saw.
So people knows how much you look like Robert. Yeah, so I
You can
was
do like
saying.
that also.
We are into the office.
we can see that you have a very, very good setup.
I
So
mean,
look at the quality of the camera, also the mic. Oh my God, we have a real podcaster here. I am so ridiculous with my laptop, and I'm not even using my professional mic you offered me. It's such a
I mean, it's you get a better quality for recording and for review, for question. Like it's better at the end. I mean, like it's what I'm telling people. I see a lot of people with bad quality video and sound, and at the end, we spend a lot of time on meetings. We spend a lot of time in visual like that. Everyone have at least half of fiber, so why not? I mean, like. The one from the Mac is good, but it's not good enough for something setting up.
definitely, but I'm poor. I invested in MultiversX.
That was your mistake. You should have bought a
Give me
microphone.
some time. Take profit. Okay. Because so about the maybe to introduce you, Philip, you are a founder of a CryptoBay, and you are also contributing to many projects here. Can you reveal which project are you working with? Look at his face. Look at his face. Oh, brother, you can leak something.
No, but I mean, it will be released soon enough. I mean, it's not my role to do it, so it will not be a leak day to day. I'm sorry. I mean, like you know already, there is Helios Connect that I'm involved with, and there is a continuation into that. Maybe we can have probably a discussion in the coming weeks about this project out of the collabathon organized by Helios Stacking. So there is something coming out of that. After I have my own project, with all the discussion at the collabathon, I understand the way to introduce the product that I want to create, the one to create the task over the entire blockchain. So I'm redoing that a little better. And there's another one that should be announced soon, but I think you already know about. But I will not leak it here today.
Okay, too bad. So just about the program of today. First, we'll begin by the crypto press review. And after we'll welcome the co-founder of OneDex and OneFinity Chain, Longin. And after we will receive the founders of Shelters. I don't know if you already heard about it. It's like a real estate tokenization platform. And yeah, I wanted to let them introduce their project here. And yeah, so let's before we start, don't forget to retweet the space link, to put a like, to put a comment, and if you're listening to the show in replay, so don't forget to follow, to subscribe, to activate the bell and so forth. It's very important for us to have this. It's really important for referencement and so on. So do it, please. You can subscribe to our Twitch channel, YouTube channel, every podcast platform. Well, we are everywhere. Let's start with the praise review with the new concept. It's do we care or not? So I'm going to offer you several news, and it's up to you guys to tell me whether you care or not.
Let's go.
If you care, yeah. Philippe?
No, I was saying let's go. Let's go.
Oh, okay. So if you care, we will deep dive and elaborate. And if you don't care, we will pass to the next news. Do you know Kraken?
Yeah.
They just bought a regulated company in France. So they are arriving in a regulated way in Europe. Do we care or we don't?
I think we care.
Yeah, definitely.
I care at least.
It's interesting because first of all, you need to know that in France, and it will be the case in Europe with MiCA regulation from the 1st of January 2025, that you will need to be regulated to be able to work in Europe. And so there are two ways for companies to be regulated, or they can try to regulate themselves. Okay, takes time and a lot of money, or they can buy a company which is already regulated. So, companies like Binance and so on regulated themselves, okay? And it costed a lot to them. And like Kraken decided to do something else. And Robinhood did the same a few months ago by buying Bitstamp, I think, yes. And now it's Kraken, which is one of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges, has announced its strategic expansion into France by acquiring CoinMister, which is the regulated company registered in Netherlands. And in MiCA, if you're regulated in one country of the European Union, you can work in all the countries of the Union. This acquisition will allow Kraken to comply with the European regulatory frameworks, and notably the French AMF, it's like the French SEC, but we call it AMF, requirements, and offer its full suite of services to French customers. Kraken's move enlightens its commitment to solidifying its presence in Europe, especially as crypto regulations tighten globally. So what do you think about the competition of exchanges, regulated exchanges in Europe? And are you using Kraken, by the way?
I was for myself, but not today.
Okay, I'm using Kraken. I mean, I kind of slowed down since Binance put back the SEPA transfer, I think, on their services. But I saw a lot of changing in the regulation on Kraken. So there was a lot of condition that changed in the last months. I received a lot of emails telling me that the condition changed. So I never read everything, so I cannot tell you what was inside, to be honest. But I know there have been a lot of changes. I deleted a lot of emails from them recently. But I think it's not the first time we see that. I mean, for example, MultiversX also did it for the bank license in Romania. So it's something that we can see in the ecosystem, in the industry every day, to get the permission to address the market or anything like that. What would be interesting after is like how they will move their activities inside of these entities, and how they will, in fact, get the regulation to cover everything that is inside all their activities. Because you will have, in fact, when you have that kind of certification, you have regulation and some verification and some access that need to be given to third parties and institution. So we still need to address all these points. But I mean, Kraken is a big company and they have the resources to do it. But let's see. I mean, they're ready for MiCA, and I think they want to take a bigger place. Binance, do you know how much they paid for that?
No, we don't.
We don't. Okay, because that would be interesting to see that, yeah.
But I'm pretty aligned with the Philip point of view, because in fact, what really stay in my mind is how the user will still continue the sex exchanges versus the DEX. Does this kind of population will migrate and leave this kind of exchanges because they have to complain to regulation? So does the regulation will kill this kind of business model and they have to adapt? Or maybe this will be the, let's say, one moment to go from the DEX side for all the people using DeFi into our ecosystem. So let's see, but it's a pretty good stuff, because we can understand by this move that this exchange is taking regulation as a serious question, and they are making move to make it happen and be compliant in every country. So where there will be available, not free at all at the moment, but trying, guys. So that's it.
And I think another important point to take in
Guys,
consideration.
we have many news. So
yeah, so just quickly, because it's important. I mean, like, for example, if institutions want to adopt blockchain technology, okay, they need to make open offering on the market, and you need to have big actors and enough big actors that are capable to answer. Right now, you have only Binance, and having Kraken also provide more flexibility and more legitimacy in any public offering that will be done for blockchain technology.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you, guys. But please, we'll have to make it shorter because we have many news, and but it's insightful. And thank you for your opinion about this. Next news. Stepan
Yeah.
with yeah, with Adidas, they launched a new Genesis NFT collection. We care or we don't.
I don't care.
Okay. When it's about Solana, we don't care. Okay,
I
I
mean, it's
got
not the
it.
point. I mean, like, make another Genesis token after years of, I mean, like, come on. I mean, like, don't start me on that.
Kidding. Thank you, guys. Next news. Do you know Polymarket?
Nope.
Yes.
Okay, so they are thinking about launching a crypto. Do we care or we don't?
I think we care. Let's care about. Let's care about.
Yeah, because the Polymarket, just to be sure everyone knows what it is a decentralized prediction market.
Okay.
On which you can bet on like everything. Okay, you can bet about politics, the next US election, for example. You can bet on cryptocurrencies, the price. You can bet also on like real life news. You can bet on everything. Okay, this is something that is very common on in England, for example, with bookmakers, and you can have it decentralized. You can pay in crypto. It's in USDC on Polygon. This is the currency you need to use on the platform. And they are exploring the launch of its own cryptocurrency to raise $50 million for future development. And yeah, they are known for allowing users to bet on real world events via blockchain. And yeah, so the token would be offered to investors as part of a broader fundraising strategy. So they will rise in equity, but like it will be an hybrid investment. And yeah, but it will not be that simple because of the regulatory challenge, and especially in the US, where betting markets face increased scrutiny. So, have you ever tried this platform? And maybe do you bet sometimes on things?
On my side, I never use it because I don't know it. But I think if I was aware about that, maybe I will give it a try. But that's all. But for myself, I'm betting only on football stuff. That's all.
Okay. And you, Philip?
Yeah, no. I discovered that, to be honest. I heard about it like some weeks ago, maybe, but some months ago. But I discussed at the Collabaton about that, and it's really an interesting solution, an interesting approach, and a really a clear usage of the blockchain. I mean, that's why I wanted to discuss about this point. I mean, the thing that they have a token, it's also interesting because it's the only one providing that kind of solution on the ecosystem, and will be really interesting to see how they plan on using it and integrating in their economy. I mean, I just show you. I just put a link on the private chat on the
Put it
stream. I
on
don't know.
the general chat.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. Yeah, whether.
everyone can check it. It's
But
interesting.
but we can see that in the last 3 months, I mean, there's almost 400 millions, around 400 million volume per month in terms of bets. So it's a lot of cash, and we are talking about only one blockchain and only one application. So there is currently a big trend on that. Maybe possibly a big things coming in this approach, I think. But everyone should take a look at Polymarket and understand the concept. Because I would not be surprised to see more and more solutions getting out using that kind of thing and providing bet solution about politics and things like that. It's not really something that is common in Europe, at least not in France. But if you go in UK, like you said, it's something that is really common. You can bet about the sex of the baby from the prince. You can bet from anything more or less. A bookmaker will create a bet for anything. And at the end, having that on chain and transparently and connected around the world make entirely sense. And we saw it also with the prognostic regarding the changing of the rate of the federal bank. the poly market was right, like the prognostic was right compared to all the bookmaker that you could have saw on the market. So it's an interesting project. I don't have more information about how they will implement the token, but I invite everyone to take a look at this technology and how they are doing.
Okay. I don't know if you saw this. It's one more hack in the crypto universe, but it was about OpenAI. Their X account was hacked to promote a fake crypto. So we will not deep dive on it, but just it's a reminder for everyone to be careful when a celebrity or a big brand or so forth is announcing the launch of a crypto. Yeah, do your research. Take really things very how to say, be careful about it before clicking on it, on any links. Yeah, so I'm not sure we have like more to say, but actually OpenAI is not launching a new token. It was a
Scam.
a hack. Yeah, something interesting. I don't know if you know Celestia. It's a layer for data. Okay, I just make it very simple. Okay, but they just raised $100 million for their modular blockchain network. So first, do we care or we don't?
We care.
Okay, my question for you guys will not be about the investment, the fundraising. Okay, it's great, congrats. Okay, it's just about the monolithic or modular blockchain. I don't know if it's the proper words, but what do you think? What's the best future for blockchain? Monolithic, like MultiversX or Solana, okay, or modular, like Ethereum, and like you will have the blockchain for execution, you will have the blockchain for the settlement, and you will have the blockchain for the data, and so forth. So maybe you have a take about this. Maybe Kevin first.
Yeah, on my side, I prefer the monolithic one because, especially for on this case, data is a new goal at the moment, and we will have a lot of other solutions, a lot of other companies. We want to process data, format it to distribute that to some companies. We can see it in our ecosystem with Tada, for example, for acquiring data, qualify them, and then resell it after. I think we have to think on like a developer. Like when you have a landing page, you have to make some component is parts you have to define to make it accessible and reusable on other structure of your website. And that's the same case with the blockchain technology. I don't think we need to have one layer doing everything. I think we have to decompose every part of this layer and make it more monolithic to make it more scalable, more robust, and have the best decentralization possible.
Yeah, you're muted, but it's fine. No, I mean, like, to follow what said Kevin, I mean, I'm more a sharded guy than a modular guy, if I can say. I mean, I don't know this technology really, Celestia, so I should maybe take a look. I will not judge before anything. I'm not sure. But from my point of view, the problem with modular infrastructure is you have always a bottleneck that make the interconnection between the different modules. And that could be, for me, like a limitation at a certain level. Maybe not right now, maybe today it's kind of fast, but it cannot be like, for me, an internet level solution. Again, I don't know the technology, I'm not judging, and I'm sorry if I'm saying something wrong, but from a point of view, when you have something modular, you always have a central platform. If I take like the modular phone from Parrot, I think, you have like all the PCs, the camera, the memory that you can switch together, it's nice, but you still have the main board that is the central pieces. And these central pieces could be a bottleneck. So it's a good approach. I think for example, for me, this kind of solution would make more sense in terms of configuration, if I can make the parallel with MultiversX, to provide a modular way to configure your sovereign chain. And then it makes total sense because you provide simple bricks that can be configurable to create your own blockchain. But in terms of operability and scalability, you get all the infrastructure and the stuff from the sharded infrastructure. So that would be my ideal approach, a mix between both. Right now, we are still doing research on all the sides. So I would say congrats to them, and let's continue the work.
Align. You're mute.
I misclick. You're mute.
Sorry. Okay. Let's speak about Solana for a second, because there are many news around this blockchain, and not just about NFTs and shitcoins. Because Société Générale was of the biggest French bank, but also one of the biggest European bank, and they have a stable coin which is MiCA compliance. And it's a euro stablecoin, so it's pretty rare to be mentioned. And well, they decided to launch this stablecoin on Solana. So PayPal did the same with their stablecoin. Now it's Société Générale. So what is interesting in this is big companies, PayPal, Société Générale. We have Visa also is thinking about using Solana in the future. So these big companies actually don't care about the breakdown of Solana. And that's interesting in my opinion, because like everybody says, okay, Solana is just a shitcoin and an NFT blockchain. It doesn't work. There are always breakdowns and so forth. Okay. This is true. This is facts. Okay. But not only, and as we can see, is big companies, big corporates actually don't care about this, and they want the Solana technology, but also the user base, of course, and maybe some grants, some funds from the foundation, because I'm sure the foundation is giving money to these corporates to encourage them to build on their network. So this is interesting, and I would like to have your take on this about even if the tech is not perfect, it's not a problem to onboard users, investors, corporates, and so forth. Philippe, what do you think?
No. It's
Philippe
no.
or Robert? Because with the glasses, it's so weird.
You know what? You're not the first one to tell me that. I mean, like, it's just that when you put me next to him, I mean, I'm kind of twice his size. I mean, like, but otherwise, yeah, the beard, the style. He took my style. What should I tell you? I mean, like, that's why it's. They thought I was a fake Robert whatsoever. No. It's an important news, I think. And regarding the fact that they choose Solana, I mean, it's not entirely true, because they already emitted some token on Ethereum, but I think they didn't reach a lot of liquidity. I think few hundred or few dozen million, if I'm not wrong. I should check the number. But it has not been a big success. And in terms of utility and usage for a daily user, they haven't found anything. It's the article that I read about, at least. It's what they were saying, because of the fees and a lot of things like that. And they want to add more usability and use a bigger base of users. And Solana is definitely the best choice for them. I mean, it doesn't make sense to go on a small one. But I would not be surprised that they will be emitted more and more token on more and more blockchain over the time to create liquidity, because at the end what they are doing is like someone gives them a real euro and they just give them a token on the chain, but at the end you can do nothing except rechange it to euro at the moment, for what I know. What they want is to integrate more use cases, and they need for that like to go on blockchain when you have builders, when you have like the community, and it's what they are doing. So it's going in the right direction in terms of adoption. So it's all good for me. It's all good, and congrats to Solana and the Société Générale.
Kevin?
Yeah, I have the same vision, because this is a POC for me. They are doing some research and development and looking for a big user base, a technology that making proof, even if it can be down and broken. They don't care about that, and they are doing an exploration. So let's see what can bring to the ecosystem for this kind of partnerships, and maybe that will make them look around Solana to other competitors to know if we just don't care about the user base, but also for the technology, and then maybe make some POC otherwhere. And why not on MultiversX? Let's see.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for this. I had another news, but it's okay. It was not very interesting, so we are perfect. Before moving on the interview with Longin, the co-founder of OneFinity Chain and Wandex, I would like to thank this edition sponsor. It's the famous Launchpad Be Hero. I'm sure you already know them, and they're building for years now, and they are giving away $25 in their token BHAT, sorry. And to enter, all you have to do is to quote tweet the space link, and of course saying what you think about GM Web3 MultiversX. So I will put on the comment the link, and yeah, let's do this. Just give me a minute and we will start the interview that a lot of people are expecting here. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, everything is on the chat. So let's start, and I will unmute you guys. So we have Longin. Let me try the best setup to show you guys. I think this one is the best one. And hello, Longin, and we also are with Alex. Hello, Alex.
Hello,
how
guys.
are you
Nice to be
guys?
here.
How are you guys? Can
We
you
are
hear
fine.
me?
Nice to be here. Do you hear me?
Yes, perfectly. Alex, how are you?
Hey guys, just starting off the day, having my first coffee, and yeah, glad to
What
be
time
here.
is it?
It's 11:30. I started a bit late today.
Okay. So maybe it's the first words that you pronounced today.
Not really, but close to it.
Okay. So no, it's not the good. It's this one. So Longin and Alex, co-founders, made a mistake. Can I write co-founders? Is it okay for you? Of OneFinity Chain?
You can write what you want.
No, maybe Alex, Longin, you are the co-founder. You are the co-founder, and Alex is maybe the CTO or something like that. We can say no.
Alex, yeah, you can say CTO, yeah.
Okay, let's do this because it's important to be clear with the community who is there with us today. So co-founder and CTO of OneFinity Chain. Okay, let's do this. So welcome, guys. I think you know Kevin, you know Philippe, of course. And I just want to remind everyone that you can ask your questions on the comment section, on the chat, or anywhere you are. And we will try to take the questions and ask it to Longin and Alex. And of course, don't forget to retweet the space link, to put a like, a comment. And if you're listening to the show on replay, don't forget to subscribe, to add a like, a comment, to activate the bell so you don't miss any shows. Yeah, now this is done. First of all, can you guys, just for maybe 15 seconds, introduce yourself, just to be sure everyone knows who you are and what you do.
Alex, I will start. I'm Longin. I'm the co-founder of Wandex and OneFinity. What I can say?
What's your background in a few words?
I'm an entrepreneur. I have some business in real life, and 2 years ago I decided to join MultiversX. And I told you before, after investing in AGLD, I decided to give something back to the community. I believe that I give something back. You know, I feel like I give the same like AGLD give to me.
Okay, interesting. Alex, same task.
Yeah, so I'm Alex. I'm a software developer. Been doing that for around 6 years now. did that in the Web2 space for my first 3 years, and then started in Web3 with Bidly. Throughout this time, we built a lot of Web3 products, and thankfully, I think in the beginning of this year we started working together with Longin for OneFinity, and yeah, it ended up looking really good.
Okay, and we can mention that you, Alex, are working for many projects on MultiversX. So you are a huge contributor of the ecosystem. And of course, today we will deep dive in OneFinity Chain, but we need to mention that Longin is also the co-founder of OneDex, which is one of the biggest decks on MultiversX. Okay, so now the introduction is made. Let's deep dive in OneFinity Chain. Okay, let's be clear, I'm not a tech guy, but I tried to understand as much as possible.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
So it will be interesting, and it's a good thing that you guys are too. So Longin maybe for the vision, the ambition, and so forth, and Alex maybe for the tech questions, because we have many of them. But first, can you, one of you, just choose who wants to do it. Can you explain in a very simple words what is OneFinity Chain?
I will step up here and say that OneFinity is basically a layer 1 EVM-compatible chain, which is built on top of the Sovereign Chain's technology of MultiversX. So basically, on OneFinity, you can use any Ethereum-compatible applications, and on top of that, you can have those applications interact with MultiversX applications.
Alex, can I say in 2 words like it's a parallel blockchain?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we? I apologize maybe for my stupid questions, but I will ask all of them. Can we compare it with layer 2, subnet, parachain, appchain? So which other chain, parallel chain, can we compare in the most relevant way?
I think if we're looking at any chains built on top of an SDK, first of all, so here a good comparison would be with the Cosmos stack and how you can build basically chains from their technology. Also with the
AppChain. They call it AppChain, I think. Yes.
Yeah, but here with sovereign chains, I wouldn't necessarily classify it as an app chain, but more like a standalone chain with its own set of validators, with everything, basically everything that the usual blockchain has. In that sense, we could also compare it maybe to layer 2's chain. This is an idea that we're exploring. Technically speaking, it's possible to make OneFinity a layer 2 chain in the future.
Okay. So Longin ragged on us.
He left you alone in the battle, Alex.
Okay, so I prepared a few questions, but of course, Kevin and Philip and guys from the audience, feel free to ask yours, or maybe to ask any precision if you want some. This is very important to understand what is it, what are the use cases, what's the technology, what's the infrastructure behind this, and how innovative it is, or it's not. Actually, it's what we will try to understand this morning. So first of all, we'll speak about the cross VM communication. So OneFinity enables seamless cross VM interactions between EVM and Space VM, which is the MultiversX machine. So can you please elaborate on how this is cross VM communication works without the need of bridges? Because the first thing that people are asking to me for days, they know that you will come, is okay, so we will need a bridge to to take a token and in the EVM and to put it on the chain or not. And so how do you ensure the atomicity and the synchronization between these environments, and what are the potential use cases? So first, how does it work without a bridge? And after, we'll speak about the atomicity and the synchronization between the environment, please.
Okay, so how does it work without the bridge? Basically, on OneFinity, you can have both EVM smart contracts deployed and the MultiversX smart contracts. So basically, everything happens on the same chain on OneFinity. This is why there's no need for bridges or anything else. Then, regarding this atomicity, to set maybe a bit of context for all the non-technical people, you can think of the VM itself as the base execution layer of the chain. When you build a sovereign chain, you start out with the space VM that MultiversX built, which supports the WASM smart contracts, lately the Swift smart contracts, as we've seen as well. And what you can do is basically build on top of that. And what we did was took all the operations that EVM supports and implemented them in our own VM, in OneFinity VM. This way, we're compatible with all those operations and with EVM smart contracts, while at the same time being compatible with the WASM smart contracts. So this is where the beauty is, and how this atomicity is possible, because basically everything is implemented in the same VM.
Okay. So if I rephrase, just to be sure I understand, with OneFinity Chain, the developers will have the choice to build in EVM or in Space VM, and no matter his choice, the settlement and the execution will be made on OneFinity Chain, and at the end, in fine, on MultiversX blockchain. Correct or not?
So the settlement will be done on OneFinity Chain. You need to come with your EVM application, so your smart contracts, your DEX, your whatever, deploy it on OneFinity. At the same time, you can have a different tech stack, which is the WASM, the Rust smart contracts, and deploy them on the same chain. This way, they run on the same chain, and this is how the atomicity is possible.
Okay.
So
what?
Go,
Yes?
sorry, Jean, but
I just wanted to finish about the bridge. So what about the transaction of an asset from a chain to another? So no bridge. So what about the interoperability between two ecosystems for builders?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Well, okay, maybe it's not clear.
You are asking about what happened between the smart contracts in OneFinity, or you are speaking about MultiversX, OneFinity, and Ethereum, like bridges?
That's another question. But just to be clear, but I will try to be clear with myself too. So the builder will have to choose between EVM and Space VM. Okay, what if he decides to build on both? Is it interesting? And if yes, is it possible to take an asset like a token or an NFT and to pass from one to the other? Is it something that is feasible or not at all?
Yes, and that's the beauty of it. You can basically have, let's say, builders already contributing to the MultiversX main chain, having application there. They can decide to then deploy on OneFinity and then build on top another EVM applications that interact with it. The interaction is done the same way as you would interact, let's say, with two Rust smart contracts between one another on MultiversX main chain. You can just call methods from one EVM smart contract by a Rust smart contract and the other way around.
Okay, thank you very much. Philippe, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm following a little OneFinity. I'm planning on running some validators on the chain. I'm still waiting on the opening on the testnet for the validator to try, and I'm looking forward to it. But for the moment, really good job, guys. I have a lot of questions, but I will just drop them a little in the middle, and later on, if we have time, and I hope we have. But regarding like the interoperability and the communication between chain, right now you position yourself as a standalone chain, if I'm not wrong. So that means that there will be no communication or settlement on any case with other chain. So you took the technology from the sovereign chain, I mean, like from MultiversX, the space VM, and you created your own EVM chain. In fact, that could be like more or less say it's a layer 2 if you make settlement on Ethereum, but it seems not to be the case at the moment. Like right now you tell me that you want people from MultiversX to move maybe on OneFinity chain, and what will be the advantages to move there? I mean, as I have already the space VM on MultiversX, what will be my advantage to come like on OneFinity chain instead of just implementing what you did on MultiversX protocol on top of the space VM, for example?
I will try to answer you this question. In my opinion, if you have built already on MultiversX, let's say for you will be very easy to deploy on OneFinity, and we are trying to bring a lot of users from AVN space.
Yeah, it's right.
I mean, we'll try to, in my opinion, how I see the things. We have the community in MultiversX, right? If we bring this community to OneFinity, I mean, it's the same chain. In the end, we are in contact with MultiversX, and definitely they help us a lot. But the idea is like that. We'll try to bring a lot of projects from AVM, not big projects, because to bring big projects, it's quite expensive. I mean, I give you an example. To bring Uniswap, you need to pay $2 million to give them to deploy on OneFinity. I mean, we didn't raise too much money, but we'll try to do our best, and we'll try to bring a lot of projects from AVN space, maybe small projects that they have some transactions. We'll check them because we'll have a grant program, and I will tell you after that about this. And we'll try to bring them on OneFinity. Let's say we'll bring 100 projects from AVN space. If we'll bring 100 projects with at least 100 users, this is mean 1,000 new users, right? We have already here some users. We'll have basically, let's say, if you deploy on OneFinity, you will have the chance to show your DApp to another 1,000 or 2,000 users in the beginning. This is our goal. I mean, we'll make the announcement soon, but we still work on some papers. We'll have a grant around 100K that will be distributed to the projects that will come and deploy the AVM
100, you
AVM
said?
project. 100K, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not targeting the big projects because definitely we don't have money for that projects, but for sure we'll have money for the small projects that any project have some users, right? And we need to take this step by step. And if we succeed to bring, let's say, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 new users on OneFinity, this will help also the projects from MultiversX. I mean, for you guys to come from MultiversX to deploy on OneFinity, in my opinion, the cost is zero. You just, it's like, look, for example, I'm not deploying OneFinity because I like to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 dexes on OneFinity, and is not, in my opinion, is not okay to have one dex on OneFinity because everybody will say, oh, this is the dex of the team and so on,
Okay. Just one thing on the comment that is funny. Alex, you look small compared to us because you're far.
Let me move closer then.
Okay.
And also, I want to add something else to your previous question. For example, if someone else will do a sovereign chain, I will go with one DEX and I will deploy it there because it's maybe they help the sovereign chain. I don't care who launched the sovereign, who will launch the new sovereign chain. I believe we are not a big family here in MultiversX, and we need to help each other. I mean, if someone is building here, why to don't help you?
No, that's fair. That's fair. It's I'll let you, Jeremy, I have other question, but I'll come back later. But
as you wish, brother. I have my questions, but you can ask yours.
no, I mean, it's another subject, so I will let you start the subject.
I will try. I will start with another topic, but
Go for it.
Okay, I will do it. So, you claim that OneFinity Chain achieves high TPS transaction per second, with thousands of transactions possible on EVM. So how does OneFinity Chain manage to scale the EVM without sacrificing the decentralization? And how do you ensure that this scalability is sustainable under real-world conditions rather than the theoretical limits that you mentioned in your documentation?
So first of all, if you're looking at all the layer 2 chains building EVM compatible chains, basically what they do is at some point they have to rely on the infrastructure of Ethereum and the tech stack that Ethereum has, which to be honest, it's a bit outdated compared to what we can do right now. With sovereign chains, what you basically do is you rely on the infrastructure of MultiversX, which is way more scalable and performant than what Ethereum can achieve. And this way, I have, let's say, a more stable building block, foundational block to build upon. With this foundational block, we then came and added this EVM compatibility, and just this combination alone allowed us to reach things like 7,000 transactions per second in the first testnet that we did 3 months ago. We believe that even those results can be greatly improved with parallel processing coming to MultiversX sovereign chains pretty soon. And this is why we claim indeed that OneFinity is one of the most performant EVM chains that's available in Web3 right now.
And I can attest about that because I still working on let's say explorer of the testnet of OneFinity, and yesterday night I saw a lot of transaction blocks being filled. So I think you guys are trying some stuff on the background, and yeah, that's running smoothly. And we saw the blocks are filled, transaction are executed in less than 2 or 3 seconds by moment. So yeah, that's a good take, a good point of view, and really curious to know where you can put that limits, about the scalability of the blockchain. So following that really closely.
Yeah, because I noticed on your feed, Kevin, that you were like building something, or you were interested in OneFinity Chain. Can you tell us about it as a builder, as a potential builder on OneFinity Chain?
Yeah.
What about the user journey for builders? What about the choice of this sovereign chain? I think it's the most advanced one, by the way, for the moment. But yeah, can you tell us about it, please?
Yeah, sure. By the way, I was really interested by the vision of Longin and OneFinity, and I think this is the first of which who will be able to join more users, but also developer into the MultiversX ecosystem. And all the DApp, as Longin said, will benefit of it. By the way, on the development side, I was working since 3 weeks now on an explorer, actually live, called OneFinity Stalker. Sorry for the name, but we are stalking you transaction, guys. So that's it. And then we want to make something like everybody can follow all the transaction, but make a community explorer where everybody will be able to try and create some token NFT directly from this explorer, and that with the can experiences the seamless onboarding process about configuring MetaMask, get this PM, soon log in with X Portal, and then claim token for the faucet and do so on. And on the developer point of view, if you are already familiar with the MultiversX ecosystem developer, you will not be, let's say, lost about the development stuff. You just have to deploy on OneFinity, and that's it. So yeah, I'm experiencing a lot of stuff at the moment, stalking you guys. Sorry, but that's the fact. And I invite every people who have skills in development to come and have a look about that. And if you are not a developer, take a look at the Explorer and just see how fast it is and how smooth the process is ongoing. So, and I will also have, like Philip, a validator on the OneFinity chain. So yeah, keep up the vision, and I want to you guys to push the limits of that sovereign, and let's see what crazy stuff we can do, and then claim the best EVM chain in space for later.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Just to give a bit of a spoiler, let's say we will have some improvements coming in the upcoming weeks. We will probably have some resets done to the chains a couple of times to play with some configurations. For example, right now we were pretty we didn't push it that far. Let's say the round time is still 6 seconds, but in our testing we went as low as 1 second, and it was working great. So I expect to try that as well during the next weeks on the public testnet.
Okay, I will set up my infra for that.
Thank you, guys. Philip, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm also waiting for validate. I mean, like just regarding that, regarding the validation quickly, I haven't seen any multi-key support on the validation at the moment, if I'm not wrong. So that means that you need a lot of resources per node. I'm expecting it's because of the execution of the EVM, but maybe you can come back later on that. I'm not sure exactly. But just to clarify to everyone listening to that and watching us today, I mean, it's not even listening to us, it's watching us.
Yeah.
One of the problematic that OneFinity is resolving at the moment is that MultiversX is working with different protocol configuration, if I can say. So for example, the token are not contract based, but they are protocol based. And that changes a lot of things in the programmation of a solution, a programmation of the smart contract. More or less, you have to redo everything from A to Z. And the possibility that OneFinity Chain is putting on the table at the moment is that a project that is running on an EVM chain, layer 2, layer 1, whatsoever, can directly come in the ecosystem from MultiversX with the same technology, start to build it on it, and start to be more compliant with MultiversX technology and with the ecosystem. So it's really important for people that are not developers to understand what is this difference and what is the difficulties for project to come in MultiversX ecosystem. And thanks for OneFinity, they are resolving this part. It was just to clarify a little because could be simple for people that are in the bath all day long, but for newcomers maybe was needed to clarify.
Mute.
You're muted.
Shit. Thank you very much, guys. So we spoke about the interoperability. We spoke about the TPS. Let's speak about the sovereign chain. What will be, in a non-technical point of view first, and after in a technical point of view, because we have both in the audience and even among the speakers. What will be the interaction between the MultiversX layer 1, the meta chain, I think it's the way we call it, and if not, feel free to correct me, and the sovereign chain, and especially, of course, OneFinity chain. So can you explain us in a simple way, and after maybe in a more technical way?
Yeah, so in a really simple way, the main thing to understand is that basically every sovereign chain will be able to set up a bridge with the main chain, and that bridge will be enshrined. What that means is that it will happen at the validator level. The user won't have to go through all the complexities of logging in a DApp, transferring funds and stuff like that. It will be seamless for the user to, with the same wallet that they have on main chain, use that as well on the sovereign chain, transfer funds and move between the two. And maybe really high level, I like the comparison with multiple digital cities all connected together. This is how we can look at sovereign chains. Basically they all are standalone with their own decentralization, with their own set of validators, but they can freely interact with each other. And this is the most beautiful part when you compare it to the L2s and how difficult is there to go all the time through different bridges. And yeah, everything is really hard to do compared to the sovereign chains.
Clearly.
Longin, anything to add? Or
No, it's okay.
okay, so what
He
about
said everything.
okay what about the in a technical view, and maybe I can add to my questions the matter of the documentation and about the progress of sovereign chain. I mean, for 1 year now, 1 year ago they announced the sovereign chain, the core team, the foundation, and we received many builders in GM Web3, and they mentioned for some of them the lack of documentation, the progress that they were expecting, the progress from the core team. We are now in October, well, September, but October is tomorrow. And where are we in terms of progress? Are you still waiting for progress from the core team and the sovereign chain technology? What about the documentation? And it's interesting maybe for people that are listening to us about the roadmap of OneFinity Chain, because you're not just you, it's not just about you. Okay, and about maybe people that would like to launch their sovereign chain. Is everything ready? Because, and I will finish my very long question by this, the core team mentioned end of the year, beginning of 2025 for the first sovereign chain. So we're now on September. So what's the progress about this and the relation with the core team and the progress and the documentation, just to summarize everything? Thank you very much.
I will say something, Alex, here, and after that you can continue with the technical part. Look, if someone really wants to build a sovereign chain, I believe they will find a lot of help from the core team, like we did, for example, when we go to them and we told them, okay, we want to build an EVM chain on a sovereign chain, you know. They help us a lot with information, with documentation, with everything. And I believe if someone really wants to build a sovereign chain, they will find a lot of support from them, you know. And from technical part, Alex will continue to say this, because in my opinion, I believe we are around 95% ready with everything, and they are ready with everything.
So
Yeah,
it will be before the end of the year and before the beginning 2025, actually.
Hard to say from my point. I mean, I don't know regarding the core team, but what I can say about OneFinity, that will launch OneFinity when at the right moment, you know. I mean, we, like, you know, we launched one DEX like in the worst period of crypto market, and now we'll wait for the best moment to launch OneFinity. And I suppose the core team will do the same. This is just a supposition.
Okay, very clear. Alex?
Yeah, Longin put it in a very good way, the explanation. I would say that always the door is open from the MultiversX side to any builders that would like to experiment with sovereign chains. Indeed, I can agree on the fact that the documentation is not quite there yet, but this is also because I would say because of the fact that there is a lot of work still in progress on their side. During the development on OneFinity, for instance, we've been in really close contact with their technical team. They've been helping us a lot on certain aspects, and basically working alongside us on the development of sovereign chains, because I would say without seeing some clear use cases, you as a sovereign chain developer, you do not know necessarily what you have to build and what people need. When people start coming to you and asking for things, then you can better prioritize and implement what's needed. And regarding the deadline of end of 2024, beginning of 2025, I would say technically this is realistic on the sovereign chain part. I don't know if there are any other implications or how far they want to take that SDK, but technically right now everyone is able to go on their GitHub, look at open source repositories, and basically spin up a sovereign chain.
Okay. Guys, feel free from the audience or Kevin or Philip, of course, to take the mic. And if not, I just continue. Can you, and did you, we know that the MultiversX Foundation launched a grant program, $1 million grant program for people that want to launch their sovereign chain. Did you apply? Was it accepted? Last time we received Robert on the show, he told us that some project already applied and one or more, I don't remember, got one grant. He told us, or were about to get one. So what about you guys?
We received a grant from MultiversX. Was not a big amount, but was something that helped us a lot, And yes, we received it.
Can you tell us how much?
2 million.
Really?
No, man.
They doubled the price and they gave you everything. No, I think they mentioned it will be 50K per project. Am I wrong?
Yes, 50K. We received 50K.
Okay.
But I was enjoying your face at 2 million.
Have you seen my face? I was like, I wish you guys to rise $2 million.
From where? What with 2 millions? If let's say we launch something and we raise 2 millions, trust me, we can do rockets. But unfortunately, we didn't do it.
Okay.
The grant again. The grant was 50K, not 2 million. So it's a joke about.
Yeah, we understood. But it's perfect to confirm 50K, not 2 million.
Because after that, people will say there are a lot of trolls, a lot of haters that will say, "Oh, this guy took 2 millions." No,
okay,
we didn't.
Let's go Philip and after. No, actually Kevin and after Philip.
Okay, so right now, guys, we are in the testnet periods, and can you explain to people that maybe not following all your updaters, what will be the next, let's say, action to do on the test nets before going live, because maybe people don't get the point. You have to test a lot of stuff, and you say, Alex, you still working with MultiversX to finish and launch the sovereign, but what's the next step of the test nets to let the people on board on OneFinity Chain in the mainnet at the end of the year, maybe?
I'd say the next concrete step is to have this implementation for onboarding validators ready, so we can test everything on testnet with a decentralized network of validators. We have that in the works, and yeah, we hope that in the following weeks we'll roll that out as well.
Okay.
On the other part, like I mentioned earlier, we have to play a little bit with the configurations, try out some stuff, maybe do some benchmarks again, and we're hoping in the end to also see some EVM applications deployed and fully running on testnet. And in the background, we still have to do some audits on the whole code base. After this is all settled, I would say that we are ready for mainnet.
Okay, great. And just one last question after Philip. Mike is yours. I can see the epoch change on the testnet. Is that because work is still in progress, or this is the configuration you are playing with at the moment?
This is a big feature that is currently being tested by MultiversX for sovereign chains. We expect to have that done in, I don't know, around 2 to 3 weeks on their side, and then we can integrate that, and with that we can also have validators onboarded, because right now this is the issue, that there is no end of epoch.
Okay, got the point. Thank you, Alex.
Well, a little question on my side to follow up. To run a validator today on OneFinity, you need a 1 NFT and 3,001, if I'm not wrong, per node. Do we have already an idea of the distribution of these NFTs and an idea of the, let's say, the number of validators that will be there? I mean, do you have a projection of big actors maybe that are jumping into the game, like from MultiversX or maybe from outside of MultiversX ecosystem, that will come and validate on OneFinity?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't know how many nodes or agencies it will be, but I know that staking agency will be there, valid blocks will be there, Edinuța, Mulorian will be there. I don't know. There are some staking agency from MVX that will be. In my opinion, I believe it will be around 500 nodes from outside the team, and we'll try to run. Depends, maybe 100. We'll see. We'll decide. But the NFTs, basically, we sold 1,000 that are in the market, and 300 are on the team. And they'll be, we keep it 3,000 because we'll give some grants in notes. We have a plan, for the grants, but we're still working on it. And we'll try to bring on OneFinity, like, I don't know, big names to run a node. But we'll see. We will take it step by step, but this is the idea.
Fair enough.
Great.
And I hope also the core team will run nodes.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, guys. We have questions from a friend of ours who could not make it today. What about the economics of the sovereign chain? There will be a gas fee token. There will be maybe governance token. So what will be the economics about it? We also mentioned the NFTs that you sold a few months ago. And to open a node, it was necessary to have one NFT and an amount of token, I think, if I remember well. Can you explain us what will be the economics around the OneFinity chain, please.
First of all, just I want to say that you need the NFT. The NFT, it's you have basically you can run a node. You know, the chain will be validated with 3001 tokens. This is the idea. Regarding tokenomics, you have the tokenomics public. In the next, there are 26 or 27 millions right now. Most of them, they are on the market. The tokens, 95% or 96% of the tokens are on the market now. No private sale release, no nothing, everything is on the market now. And we release around 8 million tokens in the next 8 years. Will be a total around 32 millions. I always say that I hope will never be 32 millions, because part of the fees will burn them automatically. Around I don't remember exactly, 10 or 20% of the fees will burn them automatically. But the whole idea is like that. You need the NFT and 3001 to run a node. Basically, the NFT, you need it just to be sure that you have a place on the validators. The chain for validating, you need 3001.
Okay, thank you. What about the fund rise? Do you plan to organize seed sale or private sale?
For what?
For the token.
Which token?
There will not be token on OneFinity Chain. It will just be about NFTs.
No, I think you didn't understand. Many of people, including the core team, ask me about the new token. Look, I'm a community guy. Like I told you from the beginning, I'm here from almost day one, and I know how community feel. It will be one token. The token of the OneFinity will be one token. We will not release a new token. This is everything that I did for the community and for the one token holders. If everything, basically the one token will just remain listed on one DEX, but will not be the token of the DEX anymore. The one token will be the token on OneFinity.
Do you plan to remove the one DEX utilities on the one token, or there were none before?
No, my goal will always be to add more utility to the one token. This is what I plan to do. Basically, you can still keep on the boost stake for the one that you are familiar with, the one DEX utility, one token utility. You can still share part of the fees of the one DEX if you stake one token on boost staking. And basically, I believe being also a token of a chain, one token will have more and more utility.
Okay.
Will not change nothing. We just give more utility to the one token.
Okay. Okay. It's clear now. It's very clear now. And I appreciate, to be honest. I'm just asking if a token can be either a DEX token, even if you say it's not the one DEX token, but it will be related to it because it will provide some benefits on the DEX, on the features of the DEX, and also like a chain token. But it's a good bet, and it's, I think, a good move toward the community. So yeah, Philip, maybe you want to add anything?
Yeah, regarding the validation, I saw that we have your own repository to deploy your nodes. Okay, so that's fair. That makes totally sense at the end. Do you have plan already, or is it already integrated into the system? I don't know, to be honest. For example, if there's an upgrade on the main chain, like for example, the payment using another token, for example, or these different features or the dynamic NFTs, will you be capable to benefit directly out of these features, or you will have additional work? I mean, maybe with the token, contract base, all these things, there is a difference. But is it a hard fork, if I can say, or you are like following also and getting all the updates from the main team?
The goal was at all points to, let's say, focus on building on top of what's already present, because the MultiversX team is planning to all the features that they will release at protocol level on the main chain will probably be available for the sovereign chains as well. So with that, if we keep a clean architecture and just build on top of what's already present, we can always roll out updates. And if they roll out updates, we hope to keep on with that and also bring those to OneFinity.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
We have
just to come back at what you said before Philippe asked the question. You know, one will not be anymore the token of the DEX. Will just be listed on one DEX. You know what I mean? And extra will have some utilities like boost stake, sharing fees from the DEX for any swap and things like that. But in the big picture, one token will move like will upgrade like a chain token, you know, but will also have utility in this DEX.
It's clear.
I mean, if you think about MEX and AGLD and you put AGLD in place of the MEX, I don't know if it's different. It's different. Sorry for the comparison. It's different. I mean, the idea is that
imagine the token of Uniswap. If Uniswap decides to launch their own layer 2, for example.
Yeah, with the same token.
With the same token.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's. I have other questions about the gravity layer. Are you going to use it, and therefore also will you use the GLD to validate the chain?
Because we'll not use the AGL. Okay. Put the question.
It's okay. You answered, but it's important to mention to the community the risk of the app chain. The risk for the native token of the chain, and we saw it on the Cosmos ecosystem, on which there are like thousands of app chains. Some of them are working very well, but unfortunately, the worth of all of this ecosystem is not seen on the native token of Cosmos, the Atom, ATM, yeah, whatever. Yes, the token is Atom, no? Yes.
Atom, yeah.
And so we mentioned the risk of this to Robert and many other builders before, how the MultiversX Foundation would prevent from this for the EGLD, because imagine if everyone is using the app chain, the sovereign chain tokens, and they don't utilize EGLD anymore, just an image, it will not provide any value to the GLD ecosystem and of course to the GLD itself. So that's why I'm asking, so will there be any benefits for EGLD users by using the OneFinity chain, or it will be two completely separated ecosystem and it will not bring value to the EGLD at the end?
I'll try to explain with my words. Basically, we'll not use AGLD. Why? In some point we'll use it, but in the beginning we'll not use it, and I will explain you exactly why. We did the sale of the NFTs, and we decided to have 1,300 nodes. Why we did this? Because the cost of the chain, we had built something. We show you see the chain basically was let's say a little bit more than the money that we raise on the NFTs. To come now in this condition is very hard for us, to use the GLD, because we need to put a lot of GLD and a lot of things. But at some point, we'll do this for sure. And I encourage the new sovereign chain that they are out there to use the GLD. We will not use it because I told you we cannot. We have 1,300 nodes, and this is the reason that we don't use it, because we'll need it like a lot of GLD, and it's very hard to we'll not be sure if we will use gravity layer, if we'll raise the GLD for 1,300 nodes. And also I believe, but it's just my opinion, that to the gravity layer you need to give a token. Why to restake? For what? I mean, you cannot say, okay, I give to OneFinity 1,000 GLD and I restake. You need to get something on top of the normal reward. No? And this is mean that we need to change the tokenomics and all kind of things. And we started like that. I mean, maybe we was too early. We built it too early. I don't know. But
okay.
I prefer, to be honest with you, to go with OneFinity to make it a layer 2 compatible with Solana. This is our goal. And later on, to come and to connect also with the GLD. My idea is to bring as many EVM users. The money are in that side, right? And my idea is to go with OneFinity to say, look, we build a sovereign chain on the MultiversX, basically tech. Look how fast we are. Look how cheap are the transactions. Come and be built here. This is, let's say, our goal.
Okay. Thank you for the answer. So you encourage people to use your GLD, but you won't.
Yes, and the point is that I didn't know about this. I didn't know from the beginning. When we started to build this, I didn't know that we need this. You need to understand that this, for example, if you can use the bridge, I mean, we can use the bridge of MultiversX. We'll be in exporter, we'll be all over. We need 1,000 GLD, and we'll add this 1,000 GLD. It's not a problem, but we'll not validate the nodes with LGLD. Yeah, I mean, we'll have the connection with the MultiversX. We'll have the connection with the MultiversX. Just to be clear, because we are a sovereign chain, we'll have the connection, but I understand that we'll not have some upgrades in the future, but we'll have the bridge, we'll be in exporter, we'll be all over. I mean, this will not be a problem. But if I knew it from, I don't know, we are almost ready with the sovereign chain. There are projects that they didn't start. They I don't know. We are the most advanced sovereign chain. We started 7 months ago or 8 months ago. We didn't knew in that time that we need the GLD. Unfortunately,
it's clear. You mentioned the 1,000 EGLD, so it's the amount of EGLD that is required to open a sovereign chain. Yeah,
to have access to the bridge.
Okay.
We need to block 1,000 GLD. We'll block 1,000. I mean, we'll lock 1,000 GLD. It's not a problem for us to do this, and we'll do it. I mean, definitely we need connection with MultiversX. But unfortunately, we will not validate with a GLD because of what I told you. what I told you before.
And it's understandable, and it was important for you to explain.
I mean, we've been, we started like, man, if I have something in my head to build something, you can ask Alex. I just call him every 10 minutes to ask, you did something else. When is ready? When is ready? I mean, I cannot wait. I cannot. I'm a bit.
I think we saw this even last time you went to the show. When
Yeah, really.
we start to know what kind of entrepreneur you are.
I mean, I'm a businessman. I cannot wait for. I don't like to wait. To wait for what? For my children to grow. For what to wait? I cannot wait. I don't like to wait. I mean, and every time when I do a deal with Alex, for example, I ask him how long time. He learned now, and he tell me with less time, but I will change this. But the idea is that, I want. For what to wait? I mean, you have 6, 7, 1 year. Okay, let's launch this.
And at the end, I think it will be beneficial because it can put you in position to negotiate with the foundation if you have something running with project coming. It's not the same discussing with you have something running with a business and users and the migration of project there than when you are just planning on doing something and expecting an answer. So on that, I think you have the right mindset and the way to go.
No, for me,
breeze of flow.
I never. I did it everything on on my way. If I decided to do something and I did it, and Alex helped build the team, help us a lot. They are not the cheapest out there, but they are the best in my opinion because they did a lot of cool things for also for OneDex, also for OneFinity, and look, for example, I hope in the next week we'll launch PAMFAN on OneDex. I mean, I will never stop to build something because, in my opinion, if you want to, we are in a small ecosystem. You fight with a lot of people that I don't know. Everybody is fighting on the same piece of the pizza. Let's say like that. And you need to bring something in plus. And what you can do, you can build. I mean, if you look on the OneDex, and if you go 6 months back, you'll see that we have another 3, 4, or 5 tools on the mainnet. I mean, this is my strategy to build. I'm not a builder, but I know that I don't see you guys.
No, it just puts you in full screen when you're talking. He's just having fun with the layout. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay. I mean, this is, I told you, this is my strategy to build. Doesn't matter. Some of them, I remove them. I mean, I remove a lot of tools from OneFinity, but at least I try to do it,
That's a good approach. I mean, like you just have idea, try to implement them. What you need and what is missing, you can forward it to the main team. They can develop it. It's what they expect with people building sovereign chain right now. Connection, settlement of data, whatsoever. They don't care. They need to create the approach, and I think you have been really helpful for them in this regard. So yeah.
And something, guys. For example, I see around MultiversX ecosystem a lot of community builders that they are crying. We don't have money, we don't have transaction, we don't have this, we don't have this. Instead to cry all over the day, start to do something. I mean, look at one is the proof that not a non-technical guy, not without too much money, but with heart, you can do something. I mean, just look at one token. We launched it at 0.012, I believe. It's 20 or 30x. It's the best ACDT that is out there. And we did it with the community by building every day, being near them, didn't take the money from them to go to party. No, we put it back on the project. Maybe we put it 2-3 times more money. But stop crying. I mean, come and build cool stuff, interesting stuff, and people will come. And I believe OneDex and OneFinity is the proof that without the core team help, without grants, without money, you can do something.
It's clear, and it's an important message, and I think it will be the strongest sentence of this interview. Stop crying, start and build. We like this definitely. I will go to another question, which is, in my opinion, the most important way. What will be your strategy to attract projects and, of course, users on your chain? We can see how difficult this is, even for MultiversX itself. Lack of resources, lack of interoperability, lack of strategic and maybe commercial and sales vision. The reasons are numerous. So what will you do to attract projects to your chain, especially
for us,
just to finish, especially when we see thousands of other layers, options, subnet, and so forth? Like, the infrastructure is just overwhelming the crypto ecosystem for maybe 1 or 2 years now, and we can see it on every crypto and blockchain conferences. So how will you stand apart this and achieve to attract people on your chain?
Look, I believe it will be much easier for OneFinity to attract projects, because
than MultiversX?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Because just let me explain you. You have a project in the EVM space, right? You can deploy it. If we find a good connection, you can deploy it onto OneFinity just in 3 clicks. On MultiversX, if you want to come to build, you need to start from scratch, right? I mean, it will be much easier. You know something? I believe that OneFinity can help a lot MultiversX. Like I told you that MultiversX help us. We can help a lot, because if a grant, I mean, if I offer, look, I told you we'll offer 100K grant. We will not give like a grant to build something. In the beginning, I will give a grant just to deploy on OneFinity, on the mainnet, testnet and mainnet.
Just to be clear, it will be 100K. It will be the
100K. Yeah.
The total amount of the grant program, and you will give like a few thousands to each project.
Yes, my goal, like I told you in the beginning, my goal is to give to the projects that they have some transactions, because we'll check this, that they have some transaction, that they have some user, that they have some community on Telegram or Discord. We'll give like, how much will cost you to integrate OneFinity? Like maybe nothing. We'll give you 5,000 or 3,000, or depends if it's a big project or not big, because we'll not be big. Let's be honest. I mean, I'm not here to sell you bullshit. There'll be small projects, but if we'll give like between 3,000 and 5,000 to a project with community and transaction, and we bring them here, we can bring like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 new users that never heard about MultiversX. If these two communities, like the AVM, a small part of the AVM communities will come to OneFinity, and the MultiversX community will come on OneFinity, just to show that we have some transaction here and we can do something here, and they will reach new community, we have the chance to grow together. I mean, again, you don't need too much money to deploy on OneFinity. On MultiversX, you need to start it from scratch. But here it's easy. You come with a marketplace, not a good marketplace, NFT marketplace, but you come with one, you just do some small changes and you are in OneFinity. You have the MetaMask. You don't need new wallet or something like this. I mean, the user will not feel this difference that they are on OneFinity. And I believe we can grow. I cannot promise that we'll be big, guys, we rise 200K and we have built OneFinity. I mean, we cannot go to be in competition with Bera Chain. Look at Bera Chain. Bera Chain rise at 150 millions, and we are 10 times better than Bera Chain. Okay, how to be or to bring more community here? But if we will start like step by step with small steps, but we'll have here new dApps, EVM dApps, for sure part of their community will come also here to see what the fuck it's OneFinity, what the fuck is here, you know?
And what will be your territorial strategy to promote yourself and the grant program? I mean, every foundation have a grant program except MultiversX, but it's something else. But like, how will you? Which country, which community, which area will you target to promote yourself and OneFinity chain? Do you have a strategy about this?
Yeah, we have a strategy. It's not finished. We didn't finish the strategy, but we are in contact with a lot of marketing agency. One of them is quite big, and we want to launch the mainnet there and the grant program and everything. But we are still in discussions because the prices, they are not, they are quite high. And it's will be a big deal if we'll succeed to launch the mainnet there. To be honest with you, I can tell you that also I believe Benny had a space there 1-2 months ago. But anyway, we'll try to do this.
It was not in GM Web3, definitely.
Yeah. But we'll try to do this, and basically we need all the help that MultiversX community, OneFinity, OneDex community can bring us.
Okay, very clear. And okay, I have a few more questions about governance, security, and the next steps. So let's start by the governance. What will be the governance around the OneFinity chain? Holders of the token and or the NFT will have maybe some proposal or votes or anything like this. Will it be complete at the beginning, or will it be integrated later? What's your strategy in terms of governance for the chain?
The one token will be the governance of the chain, and not sure if it will be from the day one, but it will be. If will not be from the day one, will be after.
Okay, but what kind of governance will it be? Just to be clear, will it be decisive, consultative? Will it be about
decisive? 100% sure will be decisive.
Okay, what about the regulation about around the governance not to qualify the token as a security one? Do you plan to open a foundation dedicated to the governance? Which country will you incorporate the company to comply with the regulation around the governance and the crypto regulation?
The company.
There are very important question in Europe.
Yeah, there are very important questions. We are in this moment. We are I mean, we have two companies. One is in Romania. One will be issued like I hope this week or next week in Virgin Islands. If I'm telling you right. And you know, the legal part, we are quite good. I mean, we review everything. We started like 4 months ago with the company or 6 months ago, and we are cool. And the good thing is that we don't issue a new token. You know, we don't need necessarily a foundation because the token is issued 1 year ago or something like that. You know, and we don't need to issue a foundation.
Okay.
The third company, let's say like that.
Okay, but it will be interesting because the regulation topic of the next month and years in Europe will be about requalifying utility token to security token, and I was having a great discussion yesterday with a crypto lawyer in France, and he knows pretty much all the European topic about this. And he told me that the two main red flags for the authorities to requalify as a security is the profit sharing and the
Yeah.
governance. So that's why I'm asking about it. And even though the token was issued before, when the authorities wants to uh, take the opportunity to interest in a token, they will see the utilities at the moment of the control. So that's why the question is relevant, not because security token is not a good thing. I mean, you can have a security token, but it's just something completely different in terms of documentation, compliance, and so forth. So that's why I had to ask you this question.
Yeah, like I told you, basically we are from 100% legal. I mean, and we know about this. And just to explain you a little bit, for example, on Wandex you can share parts of the fees, but you get an airdrop, and the airdrop is different than sharing fees. I mean, our lawyer from Romania knows a lot of things about this, and you can see things and you can put the things different. I mean, one is sharing fees, one is airdrop.
Okay. Another question is about the security. Given to the complexity of cross VM communications, the integration of WASM and EVM, maybe we could have talked about the WASM integration. I saw that our friend Quentin spoke about Swift and WASM integration in OneFinity Chain. Maybe one of you guys wants to speak about it. But anyway, what specific security measures are in place to avoid smart contract vulnerabilities? And will you maybe publish some audit reports? Or maybe you already did before and I haven't seen them. And if yes, which company are you working with?
Yeah, here most importantly is that in the upcoming period, we're gonna have at least one audit from an external team. We have not decided on the company yet. We're considering a couple of ones, but before mainnet launch, this is definitely the most important thing to make sure that all the code base is secure, and yeah, we'll do everything in our power to ensure that.
So a report will be published before the mainnet.
For sure, yeah.
Okay. What about maybe if you want to take 1 second or more to speak about the WASM and Swift and what's the potential of this regarding the Apple language and so forth. Maybe one of you wants to speak about it for people like me doesn't really understand what's the
why was
language.
you need to ask them, not me. You know, when you ask someone of you wants to speak about this.
We
I mean,
received Quentin last week, and he explained us everything about it. But it's interesting to understand what will be the impact on OneFinity Chain in terms of interoperability and integration of the WADM and Swift language.
Yeah, I think the work that Quentin did is pretty impressive. It basically proves that with this WASM-centric architecture that MultiversX takes, you're not limited to just one programming language. The core team just came up with Rust as the first language supported, and then Quentin was basically able in 2 or 3 months to implement this whole smart contract framework in Swift. Swift is the programming language used when working with Apple, and this of course opens many possibilities to onboard a huge amount of new developers. And in terms of this, let's say, cross VM communication, what Quentin also proved and did, I think yesterday on OneFinity, he managed to make an Solidity smart contract, so an EVM smart contract, interact with a Swift smart contract that he wrote with his own framework. So this is indeed a big step forward, proving that you can have Swift interacting with EVM, you can have also Rust interacting with EVM, you can have Rust interacting with Swift, and all the combinations there. So this is another strong point on the technology itself and on the capabilities of Space VM.
Sounds good. Okay, thank you very much. Another question is about attracting builders. So how will you facilitate the onboarding of developers to build on OneFinity? I mean, do you offer specialized SDKs, good documentation, incentives, educational resources, and so on, more above of the grant program?
Yeah, so can I take this one, Longin?
You are
Yeah.
afraid I'm saying something that I'm not supposed to say.
No, I think the grant program is a must, and it's great that it's there because you can have all the user experience in the world. If other people just throw money at developers, you can't really compete with that. So that's a great step. But also besides that, with what we did in terms of compatibility with Ethereum, is that all the development tools that developers use on EVM are available on OneFinity. So you can use things like Remix IDE, which is a web-based IDE for writing smart contracts. You can use Hardhat, which is a tool also for deploying and interacting with smart contracts. And you can basically use all the tools available on EVM. So for a developer, it will be as simple as changing a link, putting the link of OneFinity, and then be able to just deploy his applications there.
Okay, sounds good. Okay.
Can I ask a question?
I just want to tell you something else. First of all, you'll see a different approach from our side or from my side regarding onboarding the people on OneFinity. We'll be crazy in the beginning. I mean, we'll do a lot of different things than you saw until now in MultiversX. And you'll see it step by step.
Philippe?
Yeah, I wanted, because you probably did that kind of research, how do you compare yourself to the main layer 2, if I would say, or the main actors of the EVM ecosystem, like Polygon or whatsoever? Can you give us some metrics regarding maybe transaction fee, transaction speed, or do you have a document already online that we can check about that, or it will be on the report before the mainnet?
We don't have a document outlining everything, but you mentioned Polygon. I hope I'm not mistaken here, but from what I know, Polygon can go up to 600-700 transactions per second, the main chain. And as I said earlier, OneFinity can already go to 7,000 transactions per second. This goes, we can take the comparison further to other EVM compatible chains. We can look at Binance Smart Chain, also goes to around a couple of hundred of transactions. Arbitrum, and all those other big chains don't get close to what we've achieved in the testnet.
Okay, and in terms of fees, I mean, because right now, I mean, the market cap of one is really low. Do you have a mechanism to reduce the fee or to adapt the fees in terms of if the one token increase in price? Do you have a
Yeah. Same way as on MultiversX, the gas price can be changed. The same goes for OneFinity. This is not yet fully decided what the gas price will be, but what I can tell you is that probably it will be close, if not lower, to what you see on MultiversX main chain.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. No, you can go
Okay.
there if you want.
Thank you, guys. So my last question, and thank you very much for your time this morning. We were supposed to have 1 hour, but actually it was not enough. So I asked my next guest to arrive 30 minutes after, and they accepted. So thank you guys for staying a little longer. That was previously planned. My last question will be the word of the end, and I will let you have it. So what are the next steps? And maybe can you give us to share some things that maybe you did not mention before. So maybe the most probably expected date for the mainnet, and maybe are you already in touch with builders that would like to to launch their project on OneFinity Chain, or any other things that you would like to add before the end of this interview?
I just want to add something. Come and build on OneFinity. You will be surprised about how easy it is to deploy on OneFinity. You will see soon grants from us. You will have all our support to come to build.
$2 million for each, correct?
Yes. In max, $2 million. No, $2 million.
Okay, great.
Yeah, maybe the price will go up, and people, you keep it, and I can buy max, and I can give them. No, and I'm joking. Come and build, and let's have fun. Will be quite nice to be, on OneFinity, to build on OneFinity, and I believe you will have all my support. And I'm almost 24 hours a day online, and I keep in touch with everybody. I answer to everybody, and definitely will help everybody. I mean, come and build.
What about the date, the leak, or maybe the already the current discussion with the builders? Are there any already or not yet?
Yes, they are. You will see soon. Soon is mean like next week or in 10 days. You will start to see. We have a team that is building a DEX, an AVM. Everything it's AVM. I try to bring people that will build in AVM space, and we'll have a DEX. I know that we'll have a marketplace. We'll have lending and borrowing. It's someone with a stable coin that, but I don't know exactly how it will be. I cannot give you too much information now, but I know that will be a DEX, will be lending and borrowing, will be NFT marketplace. OneFinity will start with something.
Okay. Any leak?
You'll see soon. And again, OneFinity team will not build on OneFinity chain. Will not have any projects. I just come here, be the first, and let's skyrocket something. I don't know. Let's do something.
Okay, thank you very much, Longin, and thank you very much, Alex, for coming this morning. It's always a pleasure to have you. What I appreciate in you guys is the sincerity and the transparency and the straightforward discourse. So thank you very much. Keep it up. And you will come back on GM Web3 in a few weeks or months to let us know about the progress of OneFinity Chain. Take care of yourself, and chat soon.
Thank you for being here, for inviting us, and have a nice chat.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye. So Philip will come back very soon, and before we move to our next guests, I would like to say a big thank you to our last sponsor of the day, and it's Globiz, the Web3 holiday rental platform developed on MultiversX. So now they launched their platform after more than 2 years of work, and you can now list your properties and book your next holidays on their platform at 0 fee before the end of the year. So I will provide the link on the chat. And they are offering $25 in their token, the B token. And so to be eligible, just need to quote tweet the space, the link of the space. And so we have $75 in token to be won during this space. All you have to do is to quote tweet the space of the link and say, of course, nice words for us. So let's start with our other guest of the day. It's a last minute guest because they were not planned. And they are here. Hello, guys. How are you? Okay.
Mute.
Because I muted you. Now we can hear you. Hello, guys. What's up?
Hello, everyone. What's
Hi.
going on? Thank you for the invitation.
My pleasure. Let me change the name.
Sure.
So it's Adel and Adrien,
Yes.
co-founders of Shelters. Normally, it's good.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
So let me check the setup. Yes, it will be good. But first of all, let me be clear. We have new projects are so rare on MultiversX. When I saw that you launched your private beta of the platform, I immediately sent you a message telling you congrats and so on, but it's not just about this. But it was like, oh, we have new builders here. But the truth, and we'll speak about it, of course, you're not very new on the chain, actually, because you've been building for 2 years now, and we met at X Day 2022, I think it was in Paris. Yes.
Bucharest.
No? Bucharest. So it was 1 year ago only?
1 year ago.
1 year
Okay,
ago.
I thought it was 2 years ago. Okay. Anyway, so that's why you're here now. It's not at all a sponsored thing or whatever. It's just because we on GM Web3 MultiversX, we want to support new builders here on MultiversX. And of course, we deep dived on the project. We tried the DApp and we read all the documentation, and we will speak about it all together. But it was a disclaimer I wanted to mention before we start. So first of all, Philippe, are you back or not? No. And so first, guys, can you introduce yourself in a few seconds? And because I think people doesn't know you already, can you give us a small your background, what you've been doing, what studies, what you've built, and what you worked before, and so forth? Who wants to start?
Sure. Well, I'll start. Before that, I'll just say that little story that the way we met. It's been maybe 1 year and a half since we've started building this project. The idea is maybe 2 or more years old. And yeah, it was the first time we met. It was the first time we actually met the community, the MultiversX community. The first time we went out in the wild. And now we meet again, and it's a real pleasure. So now we are focusing on opening and meeting new people. So again, thank you very much for the invitation. And now talking about us and the project. My name is Adel and Adrien. I live in France, Lyon. I'm the co-founder of Shelters, and I've been managing the product side and the development side on the project. And this is Adrien, my friend in real life. I'm the co-founder of Shelters. I will let him introduce himself.
Yeah, we met together in engineering school, and now we are working on Shelters for now more than 1 year right now. And so we are really happy to be here today and to try to explain our projects to your community.
Yeah, and it's kind of a big step for us because, as you said, it's been 1 year and a half in the building in the dark, and we've launched now our private beta to overview everything from A to Z and to be sure that everything's working. And for now, everything's working well, and we have a lot of things to say.
Okay, maybe can you share us if you worked on other projects or the companies before, or is it your first entreprise?
It's the first one. We're kind of new. To be honest, at the beginning, we were pretty scared. I'll be honest. I'll be very scared of it, building the own thing. Are we going to do it? It was a lot of questions, but 1 year and a half in the making, and now we are kind of liking it. So it's our first experience, but a great experience. We love talking to people. We love building our product, and we love to show it off to you. So yeah, that's our first experience. As Adrien said, we have an engineering background, so that's our background. Yes.
So let's start with a tough question. Should we trust builders who have no experience? And are you surrounded by maybe more experienced people? And you said that you have a background in tech, in engineering.
Yeah.
Great. What about marketing, sales, business development, and all of these things that will make your technology sold or not?
Yeah. So, can you trust us? That might be the question in the background. Yes, I think we're constantly evolving. We are learning new stuff every day. This is not an easy project. This is not an easy experience, but we are learning, and we are accompanied by a lot of people around us. As we said, we are more of a tech guys. We'll dive deep into the project later, but we needed some help on the real estate side, on the legal side. So we try to be around people that know their stuff. So you can trust us because we have the will to learn, we have the will to make it work. And you can trust the people that are around us because we choose them because they are professionals. So that's for the first question.
I mean, is it possible to see them on the whole team, the advisors, maybe the other people from the team?
Yeah, one of the big steps a few months back was to let our first advisor in. As we said, we have a pretty big foot in the real estate market, so we had to bring someone in. We made an announcement a few months back. Maybe Adrien, you want to tell about Michel Platero?
A few months ago, we leaked on our social media that we are now advised with Michel Platero, who was an ex FNAIM Grand Paris director. So it's mainly a specialist on the real estate on Paris. And today he helped us a lot on the real estate side. And we are working with lawyers, of course, for the legal side of the project. And we are just a small part of the team here. We are 4 associates on the project, and they are in the dark for now. They are building in the shadow, but yeah, definitely they will come in many events like a Cryptosphere in Lyon in the next month. So yeah, we will try to be easy, to be understand, and we hope we can build trust with the MultiversX community. Like we said, we met in Bucharest in 2023. We never dropped building since then. So yeah, I think we show commitment to the chain and to the community, and we hope to build the best product for the users.
Okay, we have a loyal member of GM Web3 who wanted to be there to ask you a question, so we will welcome him. And he is Paul. I think many people knows him on MultiversX ecosystem. And yeah, he wanted to ask you a question. So let me set up the thing so we can see him better. No, okay. We do like this. So Paul, hello and welcome.
Hey everyone, thank you Jerem for this invitation, and congratulations to Adel and Adrien. Yesterday you sent me a beta code, and I had the opportunity to try it with 50 euro. So now I'm the proud owner of 2.6% of a parking space in Lyon.
Yes.
That was my first investment in those type of I don't have the vocabulary, sorry.
Yeah, real estate.
Real estate, thank you. Your project is solid, the execution is flawless, and the utility of the platform is
okay, your question, we're not there to sell
I have few questions. First, how do you choose the properties that you will tokenize on the platform? Are there specific criteria, location, profitability, property type?
Don't make the answer and the question.
Yeah.
Let them answer. How do you choose properties to be listed and to be sold through your platform?
So as we said earlier, we work with a lot of people in the real estate market to help us find new property, and I'll just talk about the one that is listed at the moment. So we wanted to start small to be sure that everything's working flawlessly, as you said. We don't want to be in the rush. We don't want to focus on selling the property. We really want to first have the best product. First, be sure that the user is satisfied. So for this one, we started small. We aimed for a parking lot in Lyon. So for the location, it was to be around us and in a place that is good for rentability issues. And for the parking spot, we had to talk to a lot of real estate guys, and they talk about a lot of things, like the parking lot shouldn't be should be underground in a certain level because it can be flooded. We had to choose whether or not we had doors framing the lot. We had to choose whether or not an elevator was needed for this kind of parking lot. So it's a lot of elements that really are taken into account when purchasing a real estate property. So the answer is it depends on what we are buying, what we are offering. But of course, we need to make sure that the property is great, will work, and will generate as much as profit as possible with the less problem possible.
Okay,
that's for the parking lot. Yeah.
Maybe before we continue with your questions, Paul, I think it will be necessary to make an introduction. And can you explain what is shelters in a minute?
Perfect. So before talking about shelters, we need to talk about fractional real estate. Does anyone know what is fractional real estate here? Or
Yes, we do, but it's not the point.
perfect.
Let's do it anyway.
Yeah, sure. That's a concept that is quite old. It's nothing new, really. It's just the fact that we are purchasing property and sharing this property between many shareholders, as we can call them. So that's fractional real estate. And what Shelter is offering is to give access to real estate to everyone by using the force and strength of fractional real estate. So what we do here is finding properties. We fractionize the properties using tokens. We sell the tokens, and the user generate yields with the pro rata of what they own. So that's the concept of shelters.
And one of the main feature we had that it's that the user has the possibility to manage their token on their own digital wallet, the MultiversX one like Xportal, and are able to be paid in crypto assets like USDC or in euros through PayPal and soon wire transfer. So that's key element that brings the possibility to onboard every user from crypto user to mainstream user, I would say, to have the open target to sell to everyone.
The goal was to make it as simple as possible. The story is, because every project has a backstory, is that a few years back, Adrien and I met, and we wanted to invest our capital, our student economies. We found crypto, that was great, but we wanted to see what the market could offer. So of course we went to the real estate market. That's a great market, everyone knows it. So we tried, and the first thing we saw is that it was kind of impossible for us students to invest in real estate. Everyone knows that real estate is pretty safe, it's pretty common, but it's really hard to access because of money issue, time issue, knowledge issue. So we were in front of this massive wall trying to invest, and this idea stayed in our head for a long time until we had this idea of a shelters product.
Many companies before have tried a tokenization of property, but except maybe Realty, and we know that they encounter some problems at the moment with regulation, no one has really succeeded. So why shelters will succeed where almost everyone else failed?
Yeah, it's a really, really good question. Realty has the advantages to be the first one, the first mover advantage, we like to call them. But I think what Realty like at the moment is a good product, because their application have a lot of issues. They raise money to solve part of them, but it's not currently solved. So we focused clearly on the fact to building the smoothest application for user to be able to onboard everyone. Today, Realty are focusing their effort on the crypto currency community, the blockchain enthusiasts. You can pay with crypto and with credit card and generate your own wallet on their platform also, but it is quite more complicated than us. And so we think that starting small with a POC, like a garage, a parking lot, is the best solution to improve our solution and to go with biggest asset with more time.
The core of the project, we have to remember that it's real estate. So we need to make sure to be accompanied by people that can help us find the best real estate projects. And after that, we have to work on our communication and marketing to be sure that the user is not lost. We try to simplify this as much as possible, but it stays investing money in a market. So our job, our role is to educate and help the user and to help them have their first foot in investing.
Sorry. Maybe Paul, you want to ask your question before we move on?
Yeah. From a legal standpoint, will investor need to declare ownership of a fraction of a property, or does the legal ownership remain to Shelter Finance, which handles all the legal aspect?
The legal aspect of the owner of the asset will be the shelter's enterprise. The holder only buy through a contract who let them have the product, the yield from the rent, the reselling, everything, but they are not really an owner. No company today can make this promise. Even more in France, it's impossible to give true ownership today, but we are confident that in time, with talking with the regulator, we can try to be as close as possible as that. That's the end goal for us.
Okay, and if an investor successfully collects 100% of a property's fraction, is it possible for him to acquire the full legal ownership?
No.
Technically, it's not possible to do that. You cannot acquire 100% of this of the property.
Even if you have 100% of the fraction, you will never be the owner of the parking lot. It will be always a shelter that we will managing the assets for you at any time.
Okay.
Interesting question regarding the regulation. On the white paper at the moment that is published on your website, on the regulatory part, it's the white paper is dated from March. So of course, I think it's outdated now, but anyway, it's published at the moment. On the regulatory part, it's written that it's ongoing and things are not clear yet. So what's new about this now? And I will precise my questions. Are you going to create SPVs for each property, or it will be centralized? All of them will be centralized in shelters with the associated risks, of course. And what about the qualification of the NFT? Which underlying asset is like a bond or a financial security. So can you precise what will be the regulatory context around shelters? It's, to be honest, the most important question we have at the moment.
Of course, really great questions. So yeah, to answer the first one, the white paper is not updated. We have to bring another one with updated information to explain.
Remove it.
Yeah, remove it.
Remove it.
We will remove
and
it.
just write soon, because all that is published make law.
Yeah, of course.
Remove it. Just a piece of advice.
It will be done really soon. So to respond to all your questions, as of today, our first fraction are qualified as utility token, but it's not the end goal. We know that we will be as soon as possible a security token. That's what we work for it. We want to work with the regulator in France to improve, and so to deep dive in the details, we will look to seek an agreement with the IMF. It's not done yet. We are to be careful. It takes time to be done. We want to obtain the PSFP agreement. That's the name in the French regulatory spectrum, and it's incoming. For now, we are I don't know how to precise it, but we are not regulated with the IMF, but we are working on it. And for now, from our comprehension of the regulation, we are fine. But if we want to improve, if we want to go further, we will have to look for an agreement. And to be precise, for now we can't have an SPV for every operation. That's a regulatory problem. That will be solved with the agreement I said earlier. So for now, we have to be the owner of the real estate underlying the assets. So for now, for every asset, we will have to be the owner. We can't create new companies for each one, but we will try to have the possibilities to do so as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you for the answer. So can you reveal which law firm are you working with? Is it French? Because we know the most famous law firm.
Yeah. I think you know him very well, GRM. We not say the word here, the name, but I think you know him very well. And yeah, it's a French law firm we work with, and we will
Paris?
continue. Sorry?
Yes, in Paris.
Yeah,
In Paris?
in Paris, yes.
Does he wear a suit all the
Yeah,
time?
you wear a suit. You wear a suit.
A
Sometimes,
three-piece suit?
most of the time, yeah.
So we are working on them, and it's we will continue to work in the process. It's we are not done working with them. That's
And so my second question is, why did you launch the project, even if it's in private beta privé, n'importe quoi. And therefore the first investment, before you have the properly defined the regulatory framework, isn't it risky for the first investment that the framework is not 100% validated by the authorities?
Yeah, that's a choice we decide to make because we want to test the traction of the project before going further, because it have costs. It's very costly. It's very expensive. Even in France, we are one of the main countries who like to regulate company in Europe and even in the world. So we have to be very careful on how we spend our money, because we are a startup. We are self-funded for now. We did not raise any money from community or VC. So for now, we
How
are.
much did you invest in shelters? It's a great question. I mean, all that you did, the law firm cost, of course, the development, I think you did it by yourself. But anyway, you maybe had to be helped by people, and all of this stuff. How did you finance this? Are your parents very rich, guys?
Unfortunately, they are not very rich, but yeah, we are lucky enough to have parents who can help us a little bit. So yeah, they definitely help us.
To be honest, I'm going to break the entrepreneur myth. We are still living with our parents. We have invested 1.5 years into the making with building. So yes, it's more of a way of things. You know, we spent time. We gave our life to this project. And regarding the money, we used our small economies that we wanted to use to buy a house in New York City to do that. So, so that's what we did. Yes.
Okay.
For now, we are from scratch.
Thank you. I tested the DApp yesterday.
Yes.
Paul also, I think. And I need to mention, and I am very critical about this in general, that the UI and the UX and the wording and the branding and all the user journey is really no, it's really awesome. So really congratulations for this. Even the KYC, it only took like 4 seconds to be validated. So really amazing. I had a problem with X Money payment process, but I know it's not up to you. X Money, well, anyway. But I'm sure they will fix it. But a part of this last step, the payment, except of this, the whole user journey was really, really, really perfect. I wanted to mention this because it's not an easy stuff. We can see so many apps, websites, D-apps, and so forth that are not well written, well made, well organized, and so on. So really, congratulations for this. Who is in charge of the UI and the UX? You, or are you working with an agency, or?
We have
It's all from ourselves. We have in the team Adel, who work a lot in implementing the UI UX, and we have a designer, web designer. We are in the team also. We help a lot. We made the logo. I am branded today with the shirt.
I want some merch.
Maybe soon. But
in Lyon, I'll be there at Crypto Tour. I want a hoodie or a T-shirt.
Okay, we will be ready.
We will try to do that.
I think Kevin wants to.
You got the point. Yeah.
Come to Lyon.
So just
okay,
one point you said. Thank you very much for the compliment. Like, for example, with the onboarding, with the KYC, we tried a lot of companies or solutions to find the best who fit with the product. So yeah, it was very a long work to choose, to implement. So thank you very much for the compliment.
I think we are from kind of the same environment. We are MultiversX users, and this word resonates with us. We really want to build the bridge between the worlds. So we try to make it as simple as possible, so that everyone can use it. Not just the people familiar with crypto, not just the people familiar with real estate. We really want to make a flawless experience for everyone. So that's the objective, and that's why it touches us to receive these kinds of compliments and to reassurance. Thank you again.
Okay, let's speak about the product now and the liquidity risks. I mean, you decided to make NFTs and not a token, so it depends on the availability of buyers in the market. And will the NFT be tradable on any marketplace? And how does Shelters ensure that investors can always resell their fractions? Do you maybe have any internal mechanisms to buy back the unsold shares? So yeah, let's speak about the economics around the NFTs.
That's a really good question, but we have to be very careful on what we said, because that's one of the main problems with the regulation, that's wholesaling. So to avoid any problem, we can't be the intermediary to reselling. Users have to use another platform. So that's why we let users to withdraw their NFT on their own wallets. We can't be blamed after on what they are doing with them. Only thing we can do is track the wallet and meet the wallet with a verified account with KYC, and only that we will be able to send money from yield and so on. And from the perspective on wholesaling, people can resell on any NFT marketplace only at the end of the completion of the financing phase, to avoid any problem with reimbursing users in case, in the event of the sales not going at 100%.
If I may jump, do you hear me now?
You must jump.
I mean, I'm holding myself. You're asking good questions, so I mean, it's so hello guys. I don't know if you remember what we discussed at Bucharest. So myself, I worked on the blog.emo project. I mean, so for whatever is the status at the moment, I mean, but most of all the choices that you took, we had the same path because of regulatory limitations. So on that, I think you make the right choice and you're on the right direction. That's what I can say about that. If I would like to add something, do you have? I have a ton of questions, but something that I've not been addressed today is like, you have not chosen to take like a utility token. So right now I cannot buy a shelter token. Do you plan on doing that, or is there a reason behind that you are not doing it?
I can't hear the question, but Adel, I think got it. So
we at the beginning of the project, we had this idea to create a SHT token, shelter token.
okay.
But
I get it.
to be honest, we are users too, and we love to have utility to this token. At the beginning of the project, there were no use to do that, so that's why we decided not to go with a utility token. We knew we could buy the solution from scratch. We were pretty confident with that, so we didn't need this. It might come later.
Yeah, to be honest, we consider the option, of course, but it was more easy for us to not raise money from community and raise expectative at the moment. We have to create a track record and trust with the communities before asking for money. And even more, when we ask for money, people want to see results very quickly, and we want to take time. We took almost 1.5 years to build the platform from scratch. So we never wanted to ask money. We want to self-funded as much as possible the solution, and even economically speaking, if the token crashed soon after the launch because people are not seeing the result soon enough, it's a very bad publicity for us, I think. Even bigger brand like XOXONO on the MultiversX, who have already a solution running for years now, have suffered from the poor price action of the token after their launch, and some people was angry about that. So we wanted to avoid that kind of results. But of course, XOXONO is a very good platform, but sometimes the economic of the token can move up and down with the market. So we have to be very careful, and that's why we didn't choose to raise money for now. But maybe one day it will happen. We never know. We'll never say never, but not now.
Take care of that, because after regarding regulation and different investor from Web2 and institution, it's kind of a frozen aspect and a frozen argument, because after they wonder why your token is other securities and the other token are securities, and then you manage different kind of token under one roof, and
yeah,
that's getting complex in terms of regulation. So don't jump onto that. I mean, I think that was one of the mistake that Block did in the past. So don't repeat that. That's great. Regarding the obligation, so the bond, I think that's the best approach that you have at the moment. You still have to find a way to manage the different companies and who the holding for the apartment. But I think you're on a good track on that. And my question, and maybe I will that will go forward on what GM wants to talk after that. But okay, the NFTs, I can resell them. Okay, so I mean, I buy these things and I can resell it on the second market. Okay, my first question would be, what is the user path? So if I want, because I didn't have the chance to access the platform, unfortunately, I need the code. I just checked earlier.
We will send it after the show.
With pleasure, and I will give a try. But what would be the user path fully Web3? So that means that when I connect with my wallet, can you describe, what you have to do, sign a contract, and what I can do after? Maybe, I don't know.
Of course, so it's like NFT collection, like any other NFT collection on the MultiversX ecosystem. So we will reach in contact with XOXONO, for example, to try to implement a collection in their website, and you will be able to sell it like any other NFTs that make no difference. Just the main differences is only the fact that you can resell it after the financing processes.
Okay, because I don't know, you don't have to sign a contract when you buy your NFT the first time?
You don't have to, no. We do it for you, and we send it to your address. So the full walkthrough of the app, you create your account, you link what you need to link, so your wallet, if you are a crypto user, or you can use what we call a walletless account. So we create and manage the wallet for you. You do your verification, you add your billing address and so on, your information. Then if a listing is on, you go to the listing, you enter the queue. you enter the quantity you want to pay, and then you have to pay. And at this moment, we sign a transaction and we send the NFT to your account.
But, okay, if I heard properly, you will own the token for me.
No. We send the token for to your addresses.
No, but what I mean is like you have users that you will have custody over their wallet.
Yeah. In that kind of scenario, actually, today they can't resell at the moment because they can't withdraw on their own wallet. We will work to implement that in another moment. But yeah, at the moment, Web3 user can't resell their token.
And to talk about a little bit more about this walletless feature, so it's not implemented yet on the technical part, but one of our main concern is again educate the user to go from walletless to their own wallet. That'll be the real challenge because, as we said, the objective is to make people understand what they're doing with their investment. We cannot just let them withdraw on the wallet that they don't know how to use. So the main focus when this feature will come is will be to educate the user, to help them as much as possible, to guide them through the steps.
If I may, just maybe it's a piece of advice, but just ask with your legal team. But you should maybe leave the NFT on a smart contract instead of getting on your wallet. Otherwise, you will be probably eligible for PSAN.
Okay,
we don't want that.
We talk to our lawyers. We know that this issue. We are talking with them, but it's we are talking with them. No worries. We know the issue.
I'm just
Thank you. You're welcome.
And maybe I have a last question. What can I do? So my NFT, I buy them. Okay, I can resell them. So that's cool. In the term of block, for example, if I can make a parallel, we had to sign a contract through USign to generate the bond. And the same, we had to create a marketplace to resell the bond by signing another contract. So if you manage to do that without contract, it's perfect and well done on that. The regulation is still not clear entirely, but whatsoever. My question is that can I do lending and borrowing with that also?
As of today, no platform supports our NFT, but yeah, in a due time, of course, we want to implement this functionality. I don't know if it will be us who will be building this feature or another platform. Anyway, we really
discuss with
want
them.
Yeah, we should definitely discuss with them. We have previously discussed with them a month ago. So yeah, maybe now it will be a good time to deep dive in the discussion, but we will see what we can do. But everything took time, so
yeah, it's to be honest, it's part of the dream. We think ahead of everything. We have features in our head that could be incredible, but for now we prefer to take each thing step by step. Build slowly. Maybe don't introduce this feature that won't be helpful for a lot of people. But yeah, the DeFi, and that's where we're from. So that's a thing that we would love to implement and that we would love to see not only on our solution but everywhere. So yeah,
I guess so. Oh, fair enough. Jerem, mic is yours.
Thank you guys for this insightful discussion. I will speak about the real estate contingencies and especially the risks about it, because you own the property. So what about if we have a natural disaster or the tenant defaults in case of a rent, and how will you compensate for potential losses to the fractional owners?
To respond properly to your question, we have to go in how we will handle it. So how we handle the payment, we are not bound exactly. We are contracts. We are royalties contract. So we have the ability to pause the yield transaction sent to your user if we don't receive any rent. We choose to not assure our first assets, the parking lot, with an insurance policy for that because it was costly for maybe poor results. So we want to we wanted to avoid that to increase profitability. So yeah, we can pose the yield transaction, and in case of a very bad event occurring with the parking lot, we will insure it against it, and the renter will have the obligation to be assured, so it will not be a problem. And we choose very carefully our first assets to avoid any risk. In Lyon, many parking lots have flooding, a problem with flooding, because we are near two big river, and we choose carefully our asset to avoid that. So normally we won't have a problem, but we're never sure what 100%. But yeah, we will do everything to avoid that.
And we have to be a little fair. Real estate market is a market like every other market. There are risks involved. So we have to take that into account. We have to make sure the user knows that he's investing in a market that has risks, because every market has. So our objective, the real guarantee, is for shelters to have a clean sheet. That's our objective. So that's why we are choosing very carefully the opportunities, the properties. That's why we will take insurance when needed. But the real insurance for the user, in our opinion, is our clean sheet. We'll do we'll do everything in our possibility to take into account if something goes wrong, and to tell the user that this is an investment like any other investment.
Another last thing, it's all come down from our philosophy. We want to, at the beginning, at the very early stage of the project, our mentality was we want to offer almost like property asset, like you buy your own real estate assets. And when you are an owner of assets, you sometimes have the issue with paying, or you can't be paid, and so on. So I think it's fair to have the problem when it's happened. But anyway, we want to mitigate the issue, of course. But if a renter has to leave because he wants to move elsewhere, it's okay to load the yield for just a few months and find another one. So yeah, that's our philosophy. Maybe we will be evolving on the subject. Maybe in the forthcoming months we will be offering real bond assets with a guarantee. So, but for now it's not. We have to be honest, and yeah, everything is open on the platform. Look at the document section. We have every contract, everything is explained. So yeah.
Okay, we have 10 more minutes. Who will take care of the management? Will it be an agency or yourself?
For now, at the early stage, it will be ourselves if we stick to parking lots, because it's way easier. But we'd like to make the property managed, so that we can relieve the effort on our end. And at term, we'd like to fully integrate this into the company, but that's not for the early stage.
Okay. What is the yield based on? I mean, is it related to rent? Is it related to the value of the good itself?
The rent, mainly the rent. We, in the document section of the operation, you can see a different kind of scenario with the appropriate yield. We put the 6% figure because that's the scenario we want to focus on. But yeah, everything is disclosed on the document. You will see how the result come from.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to the documentation.
Yeah.
So can you explain us?
Yeah, sorry.
So on the app, you'll clearly see two numbers. One is for the yields, the percentage that you will receive in your account yearly, and we also have a separated number, a separated percentage that represents the growth of the property in terms of what it's priced at. Yes, it's an estimation.
And to explain the scenario, so like you maybe have seen on the picture of the operation, we have a huge parking lot. We already split the parking lot on a smaller parking lot for a motorcycle. So the objective is to put 2 or 3 of them, or maybe 4 on the same parking lot to increase profitability. But we have also other strategy to earn yield from the parking lot.
Okay. Who buys the properties, and with what funds, and how do you scale up to buy more and more properties? You will need to raise funds in equity or in token. What's your strategy? Imagine in 1 or 2 years, you want to have many apartments, many car parking, and so on.
So for now, we want to maybe raise money on equity, not with tokens. It will happen when we will be maybe more mature. So that's the first point. When we discuss to acquire real estate assets, we don't buy it with our own money. We just have an agreement on the conditions and term, and we are seeking for financing on our platform for 1, 2, 3 months, and that's how we secure the or not.
Like Block did the same. It was like an agreement with the seller, and you maybe have a few weeks or a month to finish the sale. And if you manage to make it sold out, the sale is made, and if not, it's over, and you reimburse everyone. Correct?
Yeah,
correct.
Exactly.
Okay. What about the selling of the property at the end? Who will decide to sell or to keep it, and when? And what about the capital gains if they are by selling? Will it be shared among the holders, or not at all because they got some yield about it?
No, of course it will be shared with the holders. That's the main point of our products. It's to be like an owner, but not legally, because it's not possible. And so to make this decision, that's the shelters that have the end word about that. If we have a good enough opportunity to sell, we will be able to do that. And our main objective is that it's beneficial for the user, so we won't accept any offer. And we see real estate is a long-term market, so the end goal is not to keep it, to sell it in few months. It's to keep it for maybe 1, 2, 3 years, maybe more if it's interesting enough for the user, and that's our philosophy.
Will there be any governance in the decentralized governance in the project, especially for this kind of decision, for example?
Again, that's the kind of the end goal. That's kind of the dream. We had a lot of ideas. Let's say that we have to repair something in the house that could generate 1% more yields. We'd love to have a decentralized organization and to organize votes to know who wants to do that,
how to manage it.
Yeah, the end goal is to let the people help us manage the property. But for now, it's out of the question. We're too early. That's too complicated. But yes, we have that in our mind, because as we said, we really want to make it as close as owning a property as possible. So when you own a property, you have the choice. So that's the end goal. Yes.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for answering all of my questions, even the toughest one. And yeah, thank you for this. Maybe, Paul, you have a last question before we let them go.
Yeah, I just want to rebound on the exchange. I didn't quite understand why not integrate a dedicated marketplace on your platform, because I think it can help non-Web3 users to come, and also this can allow those choosing the share wallet to trade their fraction directly on the shelter apps? No?
The answer is very, very simple: regulation. En fait, we can't create our own marketplace. It's very, very regulated. It's very too risky. Today, as of today, with our company, we can only put a dashboard making, like, for example, GRM want to sell 10 fraction of the shelters they own. Please send me an email. So it's a terrible UX, terrible experience. You can be scammed, or you can imagine everything. So the safer solution for us is to avoid everything related to reselling. The only responses we can create, it's what we already done, that it's making you able to withdraw your shelters fraction on your own wallet and to resell it in other websites.
But that's the end
peer
goal.
to peer system.
We can give you a word that we'll try
our best to implement,
because every night when I open Figma, I cry at my Figma file, my pretty marketplace that was ready to be implemented. So we'll do our best to make it see the light.
Okay, so maybe it could be a great idea to work with XOX now to have a dedicated page.
In my opinion, yes.
We will reach us to talk about it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But there's no royalty anymore.
There is royalty, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Last but not least, you decide. No, last, no, and last. You chose MultiversX 1 year ago, almost. Do you regret? And what are your cross-chain or multi-chain ambitions?
So I think we can answer one by one, because that's a very philosophical way of seeing things. On the product side, MultiversX is perfect because it's fast, it works. We managed to do everything we needed to. On my end, for me, I do not regret it at all. That's still, for me, the best blockchain, a great blockchain. The community is great, very welcoming. We have the chance to meet you all in Bucharest. So the time will say. I want to say,
maybe it's too early to have this kind of question. We are not disappointed with our choice yet. The community show a very welcoming, warm welcome. So yeah, we are very happy to deliver the product for them. And most importantly, this community is under-delivered on many products. They can't have access on many things of the Web3 blockchain, cryptocurrency application. So we have clearly a market fit with. One day we will be cross-chain, definitely, because I think that's the future. And maybe MultiversX is not the worst choice about that, with maybe Sovereign Chain and so on. We will see how it's developed, but a lot of things is happening. So for now, we are confident. If in the future we have to leave, we will be, but we are not in the hurry of doing that. The community is strong. For now, it's not an option to leave, but we will see. We can never say never.
I think you are muted.
You missed the song. I song. Too bad. So thank you very much, guys, for coming. It was a pleasure to meet you again. It was a pleasure to know more about how you will build and how you will try to succeed in your projects. Keep it up. We will meet at Crypto Lion on 19th of October.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, is it possible to offer some codes to let people try your app?
Sure. You can pick some of them, no problem.
How many?
Let's say 10.
Let's say 10, yeah.
And I have to say that the code will soon be gone because we are ready to open. Just a little word about this code. It was used to be sure that everything works well. We didn't want to have a lot of people at the same time buying at the same time. We wanted to make sure that everything was working. Everything is working. We have we went to production smoothly, so you can share 10 code, and soon enough everyone will be welcome to the.
Okay, so if you need, I will disclose something. Listen to me. It's true. One of the biggest builder in MultiversX just sent me a DM saying, "Choose me, you motherfucker." I want to be pissed.
You can't.
You do you. We don't have.
Yeah, that's your choice. We are not responsible.
That's your life.
Okay, so just send me a DM, guys, if you want some codes to try the DApp. And yeah, thank you very much again. Good luck, keep it up, and yeah, you will come back on GM Web3 in a few weeks or month to tell us about the progress of your project.
Pleasure.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, see you soon.
Thank you again, everyone. See you soon.
See you soon, guys.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
very
man.
much.
It was a pleasure to have you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Keep the motivation.
We will.
And thank you, Paul, for joining us for this interview. It was pretty interesting, and I think we will do it again, inviting one member from the community to come and to interview with us. And Paul did it very well. Thank you very much, Paul. Take care of yourself, and see you soon.
See you soon.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us and for attending this video space with us on on Twitch, on X, on LinkedIn. I don't know where you are. And yeah, you will be able to. Who changed the thing? Okay, you will be able to listen or to re-listen or to watch again this show on YouTube by the end of the day, and also on every podcast platform. So please don't forget to subscribe, to follow, to like, to comment, to activate the bell, and so on. It's very, very important for us. And yeah, see you next Wednesday for a new GM Web3 MultiversX with new guests, new discussion, new reviews, new news, of course. And for the French-speaking ones here, see you next Friday, there for a new show with a new guest, and yeah, new discussion, new debates, like all the time. Thank you very much, Kevin, for being here this morning with me.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Philip, also for being with me.
Well, it was a pleasure, man. Always.
And we send a big shout out to Joachim, who felt a little sick this morning, and Arno, who's taking well-deserved holidays. Take care of yourself, and see you. Bye.
Ciao, everyone.
See you.